takes a look at Ghostbusters, a film about three offbeat university parapsychologists who get involved in a bizarre line of work. Today in part one of a special two-part presentation, Brian Linehan travels to New York City and talks to the stars of Ghostbusters: Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and producer-director Ivan Reitman. City Lights of the Movies will return with Dan Aykroyd and a scene from Ghostbusters right after this.
City Lights on Location continues with our special look at Ghostbusters, and we joined Harold Ramis. I just said, Harold, hi, I haven't seen you since the Grand Canyon. You did rather well on that one.
Yeah, National Lampoon's Vacation. It had a nice success last summer.
Why are you being modest? It was a blockbuster, Harold.
Well, it's all relative.
Relative to what?
To E.T. I think all films for the rest of film history will be judged commercially against E.T.
Don't you think there's a touch of insanity in that?
Well, it's awful for the people creatively, because a film like Ghostbusters, we could do tremendous business. We could set records and still not do as well as some of, say, Steven Spielberg's films, which is not our, shouldn't be anyone's goal. And I like the film, and it seems that people like it a lot. And it's awful just to judge things by their box office, but I can't resist sometimes.
If we're going to talk about burdens, how about the burden of Bill Murray agreeing that Harold Ramis is the standard? And if Harold says that's funny, it's funny.
Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
The people have been referring to that quote without attributing it to anybody, but...
I didn't want you to think it was mine.
He said it out of pity, I think.
Out of pity?
Yeah, right.
You know him better than that. The man has no pity in him.
No, I'm his Henry Kissinger kind of.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think because I look smart, people think that I know something. And I found if you just keep quiet in a meeting, people will think that you actually know the answer because you haven't said anything.
But Harold, it's carried on right into filmmaking, because in Ghostbusters, you're the smart guy who has a brain, who thinks things out.
Right.
Danny is the heart, and Bill is the mouth, but Harold is the brain.
Yeah, my character is the new way of Mr. Spock. That's what I call.
I'm worried, Ray. It's getting... Get him out of here.
Harold, is it an artistic challenge after Caddyshack and the success of Caddyshack and the success of National Lampoon's Vacation to be on the set after the script is handed in and your responsibilities as a screenwriter are done, to be, and I'm not being pejorative, but to be merely an actor while Ivan Reitman says, now we'll try this? Is the director still working in the actor all the time?
No, it's a great relief not to have to worry about every single detail of the production. Acting is fun, you know, and it's something luxurious about being about screen acting as opposed to stage acting. There's not so much intense preparation for acting in a light comedy. 90% of your day is really spent waiting to shoot. You know, camera setups take anywhere from a half hour to 3 hours. So there's just a lot of time to fill with just having a good time, hanging out with friends, and that's a wonderful thing to, you know, it's not really work, but it's a nice way to spend your time. And Ivan is such an excellent director. He's so good at doing comedy. There's really nothing to question. I mean, his coverage is excellent. He knows what he wants from every scene, and I'm real comfortable working with him in the support role of being the writer on the set or just being an actor.
And is it true that Ivan is one of the great laughers in the world?
He loves to laugh. He has a great audience, and that's why I think his films are so accessible to people, because he's very much in tune with what an audience will laugh at, I think.